Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Good morning for those who are still on the West Coast. My name is Ryan Burton. I'm the director of the sales team here at Peak Prosperity Marketing Group, and I'm very, very excited to share with you today one of our brand new programs that we're bringing on board for you guys. Telling people on here, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time out of your busy schedule and this crazy time to learn something new. Kind of getting into a little bit of virtual, pre-setted, fully vetted appointments for you guys. Been working this program for a little while with some of our top producers. One of them are on here today to actually do a little testimonial and speak to you guys as well. With our partner program, today I have on the call Casey Long. He's the director of the preferred accounts, and I also have Rob Markovitz, who's the president of sales, who will be speaking with you guys as well. And Dan Hopwood, one of our top producers, is going to be telling you all a little bit towards the end about the program. So very, very excited. This is something we wanted to do for you guys and bring something very, very powerful to the table, especially with everything that's going on with the world. A ton of people are still needing help, and they're at home looking at their financial business right now, and we're able to connect you with them. And I will basically not go into too many details. For time's sake, I'll pass it on to Casey, but towards the end, I'll do a closing statement, let you guys know how to get contracted if you want, and move forward with the program. But for anything else, Casey, I'll go ahead and kind of pass it along to you. And before I need to do that, I guess I need to share your screen.
All right, thanks, Ryan. There we go. All right, thanks for the time. I have Rob Markovitz. He's the president of sales. I'll hand it off to him after I briefly go over the system itself. Thanks for the time again. I'll jump right into what we do. So basically, we are an appointment setting company. So think appointments, not leads, on an advisor's calendar that's on our system. We market to the employees of companies we market to K through 12 markets, public colleges and public universities, anybody with a pension, city employees. We market to all of those markets for the advisors. We are not in anybody's up or down line, so we take no part in a commission side. We stay out of that. We sell our appointments that we create one time to one advisor. So we do not resell the appointments. These aren't aged or old. It is our goal for the advisors to have an actual client, not a customer. It's in the retirement planning spectrum. As an advisor on our system, you would need to know basically, about your state's pension, the basics of your state's pension and how it fits into the client's full retirement plan. You choose a market, so the advisor chooses the market that you're in, right inside the back office that you'll have on our system. In the past, we've done face-to-face appointments. Now, with the current climate and in the United States with social distancing, we've pivoted into the virtual appointment market pretty much solely for now, and we'll reevaluate that on a state-by-state basis. We can move pretty quick, and the future advisors can choose face-to-face or virtual appointments or both. We'll let the advisor choose based on what their wish is basically. In the past, an appointment was scheduled for 60 minutes on the calendar on the system. I'm sorry, in the past it was 90 minutes. Now for a virtual appointment, because there is no drive time, it'll be 60-minute appointment. With the college and university appointments in your back office, you can request, that's right into your back office. You just request it right in there. Like I said, in the past, 95% of our appointments were face-to-face with a 5% virtual appointment rate. Now it's kind of flipped. If you want face-to-face, you can choose face-to-face, down the road. Now there is no drive time, obviously, so a 60-minute appointment is doable, onto your calendar. There are no minimums or maximums for appointments for advisors. We have no sign-up fees. We call it a la carte, meaning you pay for each individual appointment on the day it's created. I'm sorry, not on the day it's created, but on the day of the event itself. So if we create an appointment for you today for next Friday, you're billed that night. It's a la carte, one single charge for each appointment that day. We confirm the actual appointment the day before. So via text or email, we confirm with the teacher or the employee of college, university, or a K-12 district, allowing them to cancel or reschedule the appointment so that our show rate when you actually go on the appointment physically or the virtual appointment over the last 10,000 appointments, our show rate's over 95%. We made it as efficient, as automated as possible on our end. Everything is updated in real time as an appointment is created and added to your calendar. You'll receive a text and an email. We have an app on the Android and Apple phones. So as it's created, you can go right in and see all the information for that specific appointment. Our expectation of the advisor is that you're giving a pension or retirement review. That's what the client is requesting. It's a very unique system in that the client logs in, they answer some unique questions that we have due to marketing. We pique their interest. They log into the system, they create an appointment, they choose the time. But if it's a physical appointment, they choose the place. For virtual appointments, there's a note section where they may add, a go-to meeting or a Zoom as their preference. But generally, it's the advisor's preference. The day before, we ask for a virtual appointment that you send a text or an email stating, here's my link for the Zoom appointment. But otherwise, we do all the work for you. It's fully confirmed. About 25% of the appointments that we create are either rescheduled or canceled. That's a natural part of the program. That does confirm that they are there. We try to solidify the actual appointment and the show rate on the other side. And like I said, about 96% of the appointments they're there when you show up, basically. You will have a calendar as an advisor on our system. We do sync with a Google Calendar, so that allows your current daily activities to port right over to your Google Calendar, to your Para calendar, so that all of your existing activities blocked out. And basically how it works is that you block out time when you're unavailable. We have advisors that do it many different ways. You can leave open on Tuesdays and Wednesdays between 7 and 7 to run Paras, allowing, blocking off Mondays and Tuesdays and Fridays, so that you can just run Paras, on a single day or between 12 and 7 every day of the week. It's completely up to you. We're here to supplement what you currently have going on, or so you can supplement what you currently have going on, or you can run us a full time. It's completely up to the advisor. It's advisor dependent. I have advisors running 2 a day, 1 a day, 10 a week, 20 a week, completely up to you. And that's what makes us unique to other, appointment or lead setting services.
Hey, Casey, this is Ron. I didn't mean to cut in with you. Were you able to get the screen share? There's a bunch of comments that no one's able to see.
Let me see. There we are.
For you.
There you go. So I'll bring up the agent's calendar and what it looks like in a few minutes here. What makes us unique is how the appointment is created. What is the client requesting? The client is actually requesting, a complimentary or free pension review. The first appointment is generally a fact-finding appointment where you're going to gather the information, where the advisor gathers the information regarding the current, the client's current retirement situation. With our pension appointments, that's our expectation, is that the advisor provides that complimentary retirement review and shows up on time. We don't make it easy to create the appointment. We're not offering a toaster or a free, iPad or gift card. When you show up on the appointment, the client knows why you're there. They're expecting that complimentary retirement review. Let's see here, client, and it's blocked off on your calendar for 60 minutes. Like I said, for in-person appointments are 90 minutes. Now I'll kind of show you here. Let me open up an advisor's calendar that I have. So this is an advisor here. They've left their calendar pretty wide open. Anything in green is an appointment that we've created for them. Now, these are all virtual appointments, so they're an hour apart. They're a little easier, obviously, than a face-to-face appointment. So we filled up this advisor's calendar pretty full with appointments. Now, you can choose, the reach is a little expanded on the virtual appointments. We generally say keep it close to your home or office as far as, what districts or colleges or city employees you want to work. Right now you have a little more freedom in that you're not driving there. So if you need to fill up your calendar more right now because what you have in your pipeline, you need to fill it up, you need to fill up your pipeline, now's the time. We can get you in front of these qualified teachers, employees, and city employees that all have pensions right now. It takes about, from when you sign up, most areas I can have appointments on your calendar the next business week. Based on what you add into your back offices. You can do city employees, so think municipal employees, city employees, anybody with a pension in that market. You can do colleges and universities, any public college or any public university, and the K through 12 market. So think any school district. I'm in Henderson, so we We have Clark County here. Anywhere, we're basically in all 50 states. Anywhere you choose, we can add appointments to your calendar. And like I said, 2 a week, 10 a week, any number you want. It's just all dependent on your availability on the calendar you have on our system. You block out times when you're not available. If you receive 5 next week, and that's the amount that you want to have on your calendar, you just go in and block out the rest of the week, and then your flow just goes to the following week. And that's what what your client what the client will see is your following week's availability. It's all completely based on the availability that you have on a calendar. Your Google Calendar ports right over. Negotiated the $59 price with PPMG. It's the lowest price we offer across the country. I know they have some stipulations regarding contracting, and that's part of the $59 deal is that you contract with them. They offer also a key software with National Life Group. National Life Group offers track software, it's the paycheck software that will seriously decrease the amount of time of that first appointment on your fact-finding mission. And that's really on my end, what we do. Rob Markovitz, he's the president of sales. He'll go over a little bit. I'll hand it off now. My name is Casey Long. Anybody that signs up, I will personally talk to and get you onboarded onto the system. And I'll hand it off to Rob now. He'll basically go over, a little bit of the sales process and what it's like to get in front of these, these qualified employees and teachers with pensions. Rob?
Hello, everyone. How are you all today? We're happy to be here and going over the system and get some activity going for you guys. Casey's pretty much covered everything along the lines of, how the system works. I think there's a huge opportunity for agents right now. A lot of you sitting at home, I joke around, somebody's watching Netflix right now, listening to this conference going on, and there is a big opportunity. I know it's a little bit different for a lot of agents with the video conference stuff. We do have some orientation pieces that are available to everybody on the helpful side, as far as some orientation/training videos that are available. A couple things about the appointments, just to go over a few things really quickly. Great market to work. I always say in the financial services industry, at least what I hear from agents, biggest challenge, they're always like meeting somebody. And I'm like, meeting somebody's pretty easy. It's how do I get them to push their finances across the table? That's the big challenge. Like Casey said, when we engage these people, we reach out to them. We start talking to them about their pension. Would you like to know, hey, when you can retire? Would you like to know what options are available for income when you retire? Would you like to know how many more years you possibly have to work? And from that, the client creates the appointment. And we turn around and tell them, great, we'll set you up with an expert in that area who's licensed in the state of whatever state they happen to be from. So big opportunity on that side. Like Casey said, no bait and switch stuff. They are planning on you coming and or in this case, calling, Zoom meeting, whatever, and talking to them about their pension and retirement. So they will actually have some of their bank statements, and we tell them to have their paychecks and some of that stuff with them as well and available to show you. So that's probably challenge number one out of the way for financial planners. Second biggest thing I would say is, hey, financial planners tell me all the time, everybody I run into that has a job and has some income already has what? A financial planner. And how do I navigate those waters? And even the agents I've spoken with that have been in this business for 30, 40 years, it's still a challenge with them. And the nice thing is you jump into this pension market and it's a real easy, basic pitch. And I'm going to just go through that really shortly. Like I said, we'll have some more training through us in the group. And once you guys get onboarded through the system, which I believe Ryan and the guys are going to take you through after we finish up with you. But, the essential pitch in this market, you all probably have somebody out there that is a pension client or somebody that deals with or has a pension that is a current client. And the numbers say, 91 to 92% of the people that participate in a pension have no clue what they're going to retire with. Typically, the conversation and the best sales scenario or best pitch I hear come out of agents is usually, hey, Sally, what do you think you're going to retire with? Of course, Sally has no idea. If you beat it out of her, she's going to say something along the lines of, well, if I have to guess, it's 80 grand a year. Great, Sally, where'd you get the 80 grand? Well, I've been teaching for, 18 years. I've been a principal for the last 3 years. So, I've been making 80 grand the last 3 years, I assume, with my time of service. And then I'm making 80,000. I'll retire with 80,000. Great, Sally. You told me you had a financial advisor, correct? Yes, I do. Did he not go over this with you? No, he didn't. Well, as you guys well know, or for those of you who do know, the pension has a shortfall in it. And usually those pension or the retirement shortfall is usually that gap is usually somewhere between 40 and 50%. So typically that conversation goes, well, Sally, can you retire on 42,000 a year? And she's like, absolutely not. Well, I'm surprised your advisor didn't go over that with you. Let me show you how it's calculated. Here's your pension multiplier. Here's your years of service. Here's your estimated amount. You do that calculation with them. You go over it with them. And like Casey said, some of the track software, some of that stuff's available to you guys as well as you guys get further down the road with this deal. But from there, it's like, Sally, hey, I got good news and I got bad news. Good news is you've got, a little over half your expectation taken care of, the 42,000. Bad news is you're 38,000 short. Sally, what did your financial advisor put in place to cover the 38 grand? From there, they're usually jumping over the table or maybe jumping through the phone line now to have you help them out. And, from there, we also have two different paths that agents go down. Some of them operate inside of a pre-tax payroll deduction slot. What that looks like is if you were working, for example, Casey was talking about Clark County School District, so we'll use that as an example. Clark County School District has a TPA or they're self-administered, and that TPA usually negotiates on the behalf of the school district with everybody from the paper company to the copy machine company to, of course, who are the 403B or the retirement vendors. And we'll use an example of, let's say it's National Life, Great American, and Voya, for example, that are approved vendors in that pre-tax payroll deduction slot. After that pitch goes down the road, you're like, hey, Sally, what we're going to do is we're going to take the $100,000 you have in Voya. There's another retirement vehicle available through you through the school district. It's with National Life Group. They've got a bonus incentive plan. They have this going, whatever it is, but it's a better opportunity for them, right? And you're going to roll that money over from their current 403B to another 403B. And then you're going to have them increase their payroll deduction. Hey, Sally, you've been paying $100 a paycheck into your retirement account. Let's get that bumped up to $250. So between, your $100,000 we moved with the bonus incentives, turning into $105,000, and we're going to increase your pre-tax payroll deduction from $100 a paycheck to $250 a paycheck. And over the next 15 years, that'll close the gap. So that's sort of one pitch. Like I said, not to complicate this all, but because it's not that complicated, is we do have training orientation videos that are available. Casey's more than capable of helping you guys out with this as well. The other agents go down a different path. Hey, Sally, I'm a little concerned about your advisor. He didn't tell you, you were only going to retire with 42,000. Didn't tell you this. Didn't put anything in place to cover the $38,000 shortfall. Maybe you thought you were going to use the Walmart greeter plan. That's a line I love to use, right? Because everybody can associate with that. I'm just curious, did your financial advisor let you know that the $42,000 that you're going to receive has some tax liability on it? Typically, the response from that is going to be three things. No. How much do I owe? Well, you can only estimate, right? But it seems like taxes are always doing what? Going up. And the third thing they're going to say is, well, what can I do to avoid the taxes in the future? And from there, you're going to turn around and either, get them into an IUL or an annuity, whatever product it is you want to push them into outside of that payroll slot. So, that's really a short cycle on that sales pitch. Like I said, we're available to help you guys with anything as we move forward with you in this group. And we're excited to have everybody on board. And like I said, it's an opportune time. Casey's mentioned it a couple times, but we have people reaching out to us more than ever. They're concerned about their retirements and their pensions right now with what's going on in the marketplace. So it is a huge opportunity. For those of you who aren't comfortable with the go-to meetings, I want to say one thing about it, whether it's Zoom, go-to meeting, you all have been on them before. I always say that to everybody, and they're like, no, I haven't. And I'm like, look, if you're appointed with any carrier in this country, which you are, if you're licensed, right, they've done a presentation to you just like we're doing one today. The only difference is instead of you sitting in the seat listening, now you're going to be over here on this side presenting, and that's the difference. So the big thing is, cut to chase is, hey, instead of picking up your keys off your nightstand and going down to your car and starting it up and driving it to appointment, leave your keys on your nightstand, vehicle in the garage. You're going to go to your keyboard, on your laptop or your desktop. And that's what's going to start up your go-to meeting, your Zoom meeting, whatever product you want to move. And that's our product you want to use. And that's what's going to drive you face to face with your client. And from there, it's really business as usual. So I'm going to stop talking. Otherwise, I'll talk all day. And I'll let you guys jump back in, Ryan. I don't know who's up next, but we'd love to answer any questions, and we'll get everybody assisted. Like Casey said, he'll be all over anybody that has any questions for sure.
Perfect. Yeah, no, we can pass it right on. We have Dan Hopwood. Dan is one of Peak Prosperity's, one of the best producer we have, and he's been working this program for a while. So Dan, if you want to just say any words, testimonials, it can be as quick or as long as you want it to be, but I thought it'd be good for everybody to hear on there. It's rare that you actually get to hear a producer who is doing it, and we did want to bring this, since the whole virtual stuff is new to everybody and the times we're living in now. We thought it'd be good to hear from an advisor. But Dan, if you want to throw any words of wisdom, anything like that in, that'd be great.
Okay. So, hey, my name's Dan Hopwood. This is my 32nd year in the business. I turned 50 this year. My dad brought me into the business when I was 17. And quite honestly, these appointments are really the best appointments I ever had. I used to, a long time ago, do seminars, and I got sick and burnt out on the seminars. I got sick of the plate lickers. And since then, I went on from lead program to lead program to lead program to lead program. They worked for a little while, but this one here, it was so much better. And one key thing that you have to change as a salesperson when you're working this program, you have to stop going in and doing the tap dance and getting to know them, and get that the initial 5-10 minutes that we're all used to doing. Change that, and these people are coming to you. You're not coming after them anymore. So if you can realize that they're coming to you, that they want your knowledge, and with that you can take almost, not quite, but almost take the role of an order taker, if you will. And as long as you keep that mental aspect of this, it'll go real well for you. And I wanted to comment about the calendar. I really think that's really cool, Para's calendar. How the appointments come in. I get a text message every time there's an appointment. It gets added to my calendar. I get to block off time. I have to have time off. Well, not anymore, but I had to have time off for taking my kids back and forth to school. I had to have time off for taking my dad to doctor appointments. And that leads to one more thing. Not only are these people looking at annuities for their pension, they're also looking for life insurance, and they're also looking for long-term care insurance. I've had young teachers that have only been teaching for 2-3 years that there was nothing there for me. They were contributing to their 403B, but they didn't make a whole lot of money. They were making about $42,000, and there's really nothing there. And my last question to that person was, hey, do you have your life insurance taken care of? Can I give you a quote for that life insurance? Well, for instance, one, she was 28 years old, And I can't remember, but 28 years old, and the premium she had with Country Companies was $30 a month for 100,000 for a 30-year term. And I did a quick quote for her, and I was able to get $28 a month, and gave her 3 more years, where she had only 27 years left, and I gave her 30 years. So it was a small little sale, but you know what? That was about $300 in commission. That paid for about 6 appointments or 5 appointments. So with that, Ryan, back to you.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. That's awesome. I appreciate it. But yeah, it is something we're really, really excited. I want to take kind of the end time. There's a few questions on here that are amazing, and maybe me and Casey can answer this. Dan, you as well. One of my a really good question someone asked, and it's good. With the schools closed and the summer coming to the end, are there still appointments being set? My answer was yes, of course. I have a lot of family that are teachers, and some of them work during the summertime, some of them don't and still get paid, but all year round they're looking at their finances. Whether it's summertime for them or not, they're always going to be looking into their finances. The good thing about what's happening now, and what's going on with the world, a lot of these people are at home. They are paying. All they're watching on TV is, things about retirement and financial stuff. So they're worried about it. They're looking into it. They want to talk to somebody, and they want to be educated. I've talked to several producers who have already been a part of this program, Dan included. And some of the amazing things, I think as salespeople, a lot of the time, our first instinct is to push, something on them, or a product or an idea. And when you move the means from I'm trying to sell you something to let me educate you about your pension and your retirement, walls and hurdles go down. They start leaning forward, and they open up the conversation a whole lot more. And I think the beautiful part with Para and them getting you the preset appointments, are these people already know you're kind of qualified to talk to. And it's like Dan said, you kind of get right to business with them, which is great. And I really, really like that. So the appointments are still going strong. I think they will continue to go strong through the summer and on to next year, especially with everything that's going on right now. That is a huge thing. The next thing is get your mindset totally off the word leads. I already had some people reply talking about leads and the cost, and this isn't leads at all. To me, a lead is something you get people's, information in, their name and number on a piece of paper. You have to call them. You have to do all the upfront stuff. Para and Peak Prosperity, we've knocked it out for you. That's done. You're going into these. So forget the word leads and go straight to preset appointments. Just to get you guys, so everybody who is on this call today, a little incentive. We wanted to offer this out first. Everybody who's on this call is either already a part of Peak Prosperity or has looked at being a part of us in the past, and we wanted to offer this out to you guys first and foremost before here in 2 weeks we blast it out to the nation. We wanted you guys to get in your areas and territories and states before anybody else has the opportunity to. We just thought that it would be the best for you guys to get in kind of early and get this stuff taken care of. There is contracting requirements, which everybody can call me. They see my name, number. The main office line will get to somebody else if you can't reach me, and we'll get you that information. But training is taken care of. Like I said, they have some videos. One of their biggest partners and one of our biggest partners is National Life Group. It's a group, LSW. That we would love to contract. It's a core carrier with Para and ourselves. They are massive in the 403B, 457 area, and they're actually doing free virtual trainings right now. So when you sign up with them, you can actually become 403B certified and get even more education and everything while you're at home to talk to these public and state employees even more. Which is a beautiful thing. But they did something amazing for us and you guys that are on the call. They have an insane software. It's not for everybody. I have my salespeople that are paper and pen, and then I have my people who really love a tool to kind of get their clients even more interactive with them and showing them some amazing software. And it is the Track software with National Life Group, and it is pension calculators, gap calculators, I won't go too into detail, but that is a very expensive software for those who join this month. They get that for free, totally free. We will do our own separate training for that, and a lot of training material for that software. But you're able to go in and blow people's minds about their paychecks, what they're putting in contribution-wise, and even more, where they'll set up if there's a shortfall in retirement. So just some wonderful stuff going on there. But yeah, guys, I can't thank you enough. Casey, is there anything else you wanted to add? Or?
No, I think we covered everything. You know, now's the time. We created in March about 60% more appointments than March of last year. Everybody's interest is peaked, like Ryan said. You know, they turn on CNBC and they're hearing underfunded pension or the swings in the market they're seeing. And, you know, from there, we have some really key questions about their retirement and their take-home pay that, you know, pique their interest even more. So, you know, now's the time. We've, you know, like I said, 60% increase last month over last year, over March of last year. It's just a really good time. Now, you know, and I really thank you, Ryan, for everything. Anybody, you know, you get through Ryan, I'm sure, you know, he'll give you my contact info once you sign up, or you'll see it, and we'll go over the whole system and the details. If you have any other questions, you know, we'll be able to take care of everything. So thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, and lady and gentlemen that's on the call, we have our own. When you call me and you want to get contracted, as soon as I see that, we have Peak Prosperity has their own link that I send you. That way, you know it's coming from us. You get the discounted deal for $59 a pop. But once you go in that, just something that everybody should know, there's no contract or anything that you're tied down to. It is your own, however you want to schedule your own calendar, the district, school system, colleges that you want to work, you get to choose. So the thing I love most about this program is the flexibility and how much you're in control of it and how many appointments you want. That means a ton to a lot of the professionals I already talked to. And with everything going on right now, flexibility to create your own kind of calendar and have appointments. So it's an amazing thing. And my contact information is right there on the screen. Please, you all call me. I'll walk you through any other questions. If there's some questions we did not get to, I will answer you, and I will get back to everybody as quickly as possible. But I don't think, other than that, there's any other questions that are pressing right now. Casey, Rob, Dan, thank you guys so much for being on the call. Everybody, stay safe, social distance, and you all have a wonderful day and week.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you.